Gare Donda Jege, Yamanda Medene, Vejenda Tawat, Tamando Jefferson, Susan, Dagi, Deja, Tandra, Dele, Yosai, Peje, Shoki, Meto, Tama, Yede, Yamanda, Sanji, Hindo, Mete, Boy, Dokun, Namda, Hila, Shebar, Shaw, Edam, Guru, Namandala. Naya Daya Me Sanje Chedon Doje Jonamal Shancho Badu Dana Samsanje Dage Jege Jebe Sonam Dola Pinche Sanje Dober Sho Sanje Chedon Doje Jonamal Shancho Badu Dana Samsanje Dage Jege Jebe Sonam Lola Pinche Sanje Dober Sho Sanje Chedon Doje Jonamal Shancho Badu Dana Samsanje Dage Jege Jebe Sonam Lola Pinche Sanje Dober Yo. No, this morning I think there are no translator. Something happened. Anyways, that's okay. So now we are together. So we are doing the Dharma action from you, from myself. So therefore, we need to make a good, pure motivation. That means I think we should think about listen to the teaching of the Dharma, not for any other ways, like for this lifetimes, like to listen to the teaching of the Dharma, like for the position, reputation, and also for happiness for this lifetime. Those are, we are not sick of that. Why we do the giving teaching of the Dharma and to listen to the teaching of the Dharma? Why? Because we want free from the complete suffering and the cause of suffering. So those cause of suffering means delusions, and also delusion made negative action. That is bad karma. So we need to make free from those. And also we need free from the samsara. Not only free from samsara. Samsara, if free from samsara, you can be kind of nirvana. You don't have complete suffering, completely free from delusions already. But that's not enough for us. Enough for us, enough for the others. Because that is not being Buddha yet. Still, the Shavaka and Patika are Hartas. They have free from samsara already, and are free from all those negative karmas already. But they don't have the completely knowledge for the become a being Buddha. So that's why I think we wishing for become a being Buddha for the other sentient beings. We need, if we think about other sentient beings, to make free from the suffering, pain, or happiness, and free from also those delusions and the negative karmas. So that's why I think it's and also become a being Buddha for others. So but when we wish for others to become a being Buddha free from all those, but we are included in there. Sometimes people think, if I do practice, or those are dedicated for the other sentient beings, then what about me? Thinking you don't need to worry about them. You will be if all the sentient beings become free from all those bad things, means free from samsara, free from the delusion, illusion, and become a being with them, you will be with them. Because of the like this example, captains taking people and passengers to cross the river. Captain himself, he didn't think about I go outside of the river. He or she think I take all these people, take to the other side of the river. So he or she doesn't have a motivation. I want to should be outside river. They didn't think about it, but they think I will take all those passengers, people, take to the other side of the river. Then he motivation like that, but they are also together with others, captains. This is the example. So sometimes people think, oh, what about me? Oh, I think if I do dedicate for the others. So you don't need worried about it. That more than that, if we dedicate for the others, we have more result to be good for yourself more than thinking yourself. Really it is. Thinking yourself. Yourself only one. When we think about other sentient beings, numberless. Numberless. That's why I think if we thinking other sentient beings to be happy, joy, we wish for that. And that is the great factor, really it is. Rather than only you say, oh, I want to be free, happiness, joy, like this, praying to the Dhamma Sangha. That's maybe, so maybe if you not desire to this life, can become a Dhamma actions, but it's not a great action, a great Dharma of the Mahayanas. Well, you think self-charity, by self-charity mind is you doing practice. If you think others, then it's great. Really it is. That's why I think always we're thinking, So when you do the talk about compassion, loving kindness, even everybody's almost like saying, from the mouth, oh, compassion, loving kindness, even not necessarily Buddhism. Buddhist person, they talk about Buddhist loving kindness under compassion. What is the real compassion? What is the real loving kindness? That's what we need to know. So loving kindness is loving kindness and compassion. There are two ways: great loving kindness, great compassion, or just the compassion and just the loving kindness. So that means two different ways by motivation. Two different ways, because by motivation, same thinking, but motivations ways. Why? Because great compassion, you think about all other sentient beings, including enemies, without discrimination. You think about everyone, including enemies. Someone's mean to you, someone very bad, think about harm, damage to you. Include that person. Then all other sentient beings to be free from sufferings. That's what we need to think about. If we do like this, there are no exception of one person from sentient beings. Hungry ghosts means hell beings, hungry ghosts, animals, human beings, asuras, gods, Rama. So all those are included. Think about free from suffering. That is the great compassion. Great compassion is by objects, make ways. See? Thinking same, free from suffering, yes. But the object is small, large, include all other sentient beings. It just includes enemies. Sometimes they do compassion, but I can do compassion for others, but no, he or she, no, I don't want it. That's very bad for us. There's nothing harm, damage by that, but be huge loss from outside. Why? Because exception few people. That means my great compassion is not great compassion. You understand? Because exception, someone push away from the object of the compassion. So that's the akanda. So must we do. Especially someone mean to you, that's focus to them. Special to be success, happy, joy, That's what we need to do. If you do good practice, really it is challenging, real challenge with the, negativities. Someone mean to you, that's by anger, hatred, those come up with you. That's your anger. You are jealous. But that's all harm to you, not for them. You are jealous, your anger, your hatred, your desire, your ignorance. No harm to others, no. No, harm to you. Maybe you think about your anger can be harm others because like enemies shooting the gun to kill the enemies. Physically, yes. But real harm to you yourself. That's not free. If you kill one person, maybe 100 times more you need repair for that. It says 500 times. So, you great lost person who has gone to the others, that's one person more lost than dead person. Really. Dead person, one life lost. But that's who killed them. That person's 500 times pay for that somebody's, What kind of they did bad karmas, result of that also say. Then 500 times somebody killed them in the future. So that's kind of, really it is. That's by angers. Say by angers. We need to think about it, really it is. More practicing from the individually. Then 10 non-virtuous actions, everyone's. I think almost like, other religions also they have it. But says names, but if don't do the practice, not so good. We need it. When we learn. Today example, there's 5 different kind of commitment for the taking refuge. So we need to take the vow to do it. Really it is. So I think, if you do it like this, then as a result of that, then good result come to you. Whatever we did, good or bad karma never mistake. Much more than computers. So never mistake. Good or bad, whatever we did, they edit everything. Listed. Really. That's why I think we need to try to make a cut down from the bad actions listed. Like try to make it off. So positive side more to numbers go up. Try to make numbers go up from positive side. Really. That means really sincerely, real, from heart, compassion, loving kindness. This is the great one, you know. Real, if we have real compassion with us, we will not harm, damage anyone. No. By compassion mind is all think about free from suffering, free from any kind of big or small sufferings. If we wish for that, then if we harm, damage others, then what do you think? Opposite. Thinking and actions opposite. No so good, no truthful practice, not truthfully. No. So that's why I think really is to think about. It's loving kindness to the others. The compassion like this, very powerful, try to make powerful. Parents, when children sick or something happened, you know, sickness or injury or something, they have tremendous compassion for them, individually, my children. So that's one. They want free from this kind of sickness or free from difficult. If I can take good parents, they want it, rather than sick my children. If I myself sick or something, okay. If I can take it for my children, I will. That's kind of very strong compassion to them. That's compassion. That's not great compassion either. Compassion for them very strong to the children, but enemy, and if his parents has enemies, they don't do things bad. Or other sentient beings, if you don't do. That's compassion very strong to the individually persons, but it's not for all sentient beings. That's kind of parents which taught for children, that's kind of taught for the other things, including enemies. Really. Then real compassion, not from here. Really it is. So, same thing, loving kindness also. If we have a loving kindness for the others, they will not be jealous with the others. Knowledge's way or material's way, or they are no jealous. We want others more than how much they success. We wish to have more than that success by loving kindness thoughts. So I think those are, we need to know. 4 things: loving kindness, love, compassion. Says easy. We need to think about contemplating. Follow the words. I think sometimes thinking, really it is. We have opportunity this time, for this time, this lifetime. That's why I say, Holy Being, Lama Tsongkhapa says, 18 quality legal life for only this lifetime. Get just like this time. This time means we get general numerous lives we got, but opportunity life not like this, only seldom. Just like days star. During the day there is stars, but we very want to, maybe whole lifetime, maybe sometimes see, I think maybe, I don't know. It's very seldom it's like this. So now we got that one. This is lightness. Lama Tsongkhapa said, our life is just lightness. We got excellent life now, but it is no longer. We don't think about longer. Oh, I cannot do today, but do tomorrow. This week cannot, next week. This month difficult, but next month. Then end of this year, or this year, so much to do, and I couldn't do much, but next year. That's kind of can be staying like this or not. Not sure. Do you have confidently? Someone asked it to us? No. Do you think today you have good lives, but tomorrow you think should be human beings' life will be or not? I mean, sure, yes. Cannot say that. No. Really. Big question. I cannot say yes or no. Because so many there is examples. That's why I think, why we really think about this, then better thought for others. If family is to be good, then, family unions, we have a problem like this. But if, think about this, death is there, no certainty. Then what do we think? Hurt each other, harm each other. Then next minutes are gone, or next day is gone. Then what do we do? So sorry for them. That's why I think impermanent thoughts is the very great meditation of the impermanent. I think it's a very great benefit for us. Because of the how many damage others, more or less, because we're thinking like this. The example, some people are dying, like doctor says, few days only. Then, if they have, he or she has enemies, big enemies, never see, of course cannot talk, but if you can see, but as comes, and a loving person comes, this truth, no much difference from this side. He or she knows next few days after going. So they know there's no big deal. This is in my enemy, this is my great friend. If you're doing like this combination, very strong thoughts, so no benefit for. They know because they're dying. So we are all those thinking about it, I am, they are, all those kind of, because we think long time staying, that's why egos come up, you see? So that's why I think we should think about it for the others. Then we can, if you're thinking like this, right, impermanent meditation, if you do good compassion also, equal thoughts you can get from that, also equanimity thoughts get from that. Now you have discrimination thoughts, you think about it. Within within the country, most of the stranger for you. But which you know from that, someone friend you think it's someone this or someone close to you, someone you don't like it, don't want to see. In your mind. Even you see, but says from outside maybe like this, but inside it's not so good either. Very bad. That's all. So that's kind of discriminating thoughts you have it. That's no good. No healthy for you. No great result come from you. That's by thought like this. Bad result come. Bad result, huge. We don't want to suffering, pain, or happiness. But that's kind of thoughts making that kind of a great bad result. So I think that's why I think should be. Think about it. My death is not certainty. The meditation of death impermanent, very important things. If you do it like this, your loving kindness meditation is more stable. Great compassion also, they're more powerful because of the equanimate thoughts you will get from that. So equanimate thoughts, if you got it, then equally you can do compassion, equally loving kindness. So very important. His Holiness always mentioned loving kindness. His Holiness says, and his mind is actually picture of that also in his thinking. That's a way to show us, but our mind is very like small like this, but just difficult to calm. We need development, that's all. Everybody beginning, not everybody great knowledge. Small knowledge, they grow. Just like outside plants, you know. Huge tree, beginning only seed. No thousands branches has it, but beginning no thousands branches, you know. One seed, you know. Maybe there are no branch either. No seed of the tree, great tree. Then grow up, then one branch, 2, 3, 4, then branch up, branch. The huge tree, yes. Our mind just like that, you know. Need to be development of that. Example from the outsider, take it. Really. You don't always like this. Really it is. We need try to make it from our side to make open. So, with the gift, how to open we already. But we, if don't use it, then all the time like this, you know. So we have intelligence. If we don't have intelligence like a unconsciousness object, they never get anything intelligent. But we have root of that intelligence. We have small one, very small, little one. But that little one can be huge. Buddha himself also just like that. Beginning there no beginning is not being Buddha. Beginning just like us. Just like us. Everything's, you know, everything's negative just with them, everything. But then later try to make open the wisdom. Might try to make collection of that. Then better and better. Really, really it is. We need to use our intelligence, small one. Try to think about it. See, that's it. That's a response for ourselves, really it is. Not necessarily monks and nuns. You can do everybody. Buddha himself says, even if they can do good practice, right practice, no wrong ways, right in the right path and everything, there's enlightenment in your hand. Even holder of the house, you know. You can do. So that is the great, I think, great hopes we have. Everyone has a great hope. Everyone. Equally have it. Really it is. So that's what we need to hold. So now we are talking about it. We have a little intelligent. That's what we need to make more like that, you know. Look, you think about it. Scientists, great professors, I mean, you know those are. That's why I take example. Those beginning child, they don't have the knowledge of the professor when they grow up. They don't have that knowledge. No. He or she, beginning child, just like other child. Everything, you know, everything put in my mouth. You know, dangerous. Everyone has like this. But then they learn from the kindergarten, from parents, mostly important from parents, learn. Then from the parents, then go to school, then learn more. That's small intelligence, then bigger and bigger. I'm talking about this, that's the example. The beginning, they don't have knowledge of professor or scientist. They don't have it. Gradually, slowly, the collection knowledge. They become a great professor, great scientist. Same ways holy beings are. Just like that. Beginning, small knowledge. Then bigger and bigger. Everything, Condition is very important thing. The example, if you like a seed of the tree, become a great, huge, thousands branches of trees, but beginning seed, the seed put in the soil, conditions very important. Enough heat, enough water. So same thing, we have a intelligent, seed of the intelligent. But condition is very important. What is that? Study, learning. That's the condition for our seed of the mind to make great. So really it is. We think that, I cannot do anything. That's not so good either. I can do everything like this, egos, no, that's not so good either. But put down yourself is not so good. If you don't try, you cannot do. If you try, you can do. Great Shantideva, Holy Master, he said, if it is difficult, whatever from outside and inside man knowledge, even difficult, it is difficult. But if you continue to do so, easy. One day will be there. That's what said in the Bodhicaya Avatara teaching. So that's true, really true. So we have tremendous examples. So that's why we are, someone very unintelligent, they cannot say stupid at the best. I don't want to say that. But very dim, But then they started learning. That we have that from the history of the Buddha's teachings. Some then slowly learn, maybe 2 words when they're learning. 1 word says, this one forgot. When you learn this one, first one forgot. Beginning. Then says again. Then both. Then a little bit more discovering about this, learning. The example like this, okay? Says, beginning. There's one of the small paths, 2 brothers. So, great path and a small path. Great path, because the disciples become arhats already. But small path, brother, very dim. 1 word learning, another word forgot. So like this. Then maybe so, like give up the dust. Give us duster. Give us dust. Give us a stain. Stain. What do you say? Stain. Huh? Stain. Okay. So this true. One say, another one forgot. Then he learned like this every day. That he did gave job. That in Buddhist time, gave job. Temples, not temple keepers, cleaner for the temple. Monk already, but cleaner temple. Then he says like this all the time. Then little bit better. One day, then he, by his intelligence, this duster is not really, it's a physical duster. A duster of the anger, duster of the ignorance, duster of the attachment. By himself, think about it. He taught us. This Buddha said, give up the duster means this how can be? Then he think about, and also with the action, also condition, also he cleaned the monks, chanting hall and also everything. Then one day, this dust is not ordinary dust, the dust of the anger, hatred. That's one. That's the example. We really attach, we can't do it. When you do meditation, very difficult to make your mind stay. But if you continually don't do this just like this, when you lost mind, exciting mind, think about other shopping center, any other thing, something to do inside of a house. And if you do like this, if you live like this, always same. Then when you think about, this is not good. No, I'm thinking this one, my meditation of the kitchen. I'm not doing meditation of the kitchen. I'm not meditation of the shopping center. No. So, the workplace, sometimes, sometimes people driving. Then maybe you think, that driver's crazy. Almost hit me or somebody else hit. Just tremendously just going, your mind is jumping all the ways. So when you do meditation, it comes like this, any other thoughts comes, right away try to make stop. Not follow. What we did, not stop. Think about more, discovering, So that's not so good. Try to make stop. Maybe if you have the meditation, like maybe table, say, this table is maybe my parents or my wife's parents did it. Or maybe new, somebody else did it. My friend did. Where I bought this one? At the shopping center. I bought this table from there or something like that. That's not good. So when we think about table, no, I'm not doing this one. Back to beginning, maybe few seconds very difficult to stay. Then learning like this, try to make it. Then maybe, 10 seconds, half minute, 30 seconds. Then 1 minute. 1 minute if you got it, then also you need to more to learn. 1 minute you can do meditation without other thoughts. But 2 minutes when you started, then you're losing also your mind. But that's not, then you can need me. More think about it. Stay. So that's kind of, learning, little by little all the time. See? Without a first one, then move to another one, not so good either. You can't do it, but real is real practice is first step, very important things. So that's one thing you need to do. Anyways, the loving kindness and compassion. These two, if you got not only loving kindness and the compassion meditations cannot be free from samsara. With them, what do we need? We need the understanding of the shunyata. Shunyata means wisdom mind. Means emptiness of the shunyata. Emptiness of phenomena. That's all we need to think about, everything which we are seeing, and also reality is different way we see. When we see all those phenomena, just like a self-existing, everything is very solid. It is solid like this, but this is no beginning like this. So my cup is not self-existent. Everything, inside or outside. Outside phenomena or inside mind or karma. Everything, they are not self-existent. That's what we need to know. people says everything emptiness. Emptiness means self-existing. Emptiness of self-existing. Yes, that's true. But sometimes people think, oh, there's nothing. That means nihilist, I think. We can see, we can use it, I can put tea here, then I can drink like this, That's what purpose action is the whole, the tea or any kind of, inside. That's it. But these are look like reflection. Reflection. Reflections comes with like a form. When you see it in glass, you can see any kind of form. Your form and what kind of there has objects they can see. But that is not the self-existing. It's not self-existing. Why? Because so many things are independent, together. Some of the causes, some of the even relatively very important. Example like this says. Okay, one thing. They and we, you think. When you hear, you say they, someone. If you be there, then what thing? Yeah, we. That's the we there, they here. You understand? See, that's kind of only relative. Outside, other side, inside. Outside and inside. Relatively. If there no outside, should not be inside. If there no inside, then there no outside. Because outside is we get the outside because from inside. See, that's kind of really think about it. Tall and short depending. If there are no tall, short will not exist. Short existed because there's tall. Big exists because it's small. By small. If there are no small, they're big. No. So that's kind of you need to think about. Everything things are relatively existing. They are no self-existing. So that's all you need to learn. So meditate about that. So that's what is useful, because the attachment and all those negative minds, they're destroyed by wisdom. By wisdom. By wisdom means the understanding of the impotence. You see, realization of emptiness. That is the wisdom. Wisdom means something is what is shining right now, over there. That's wisdom. I got light over there, also wisdom. Don't think about that way. No. People say, really, light is what's happening. Light is nothing to it. Light is here. Bright, maybe Hollywood is much more bright than on the other side. Light. So, real is light means to knowing the phenomena, what is existing. We are, ordinary people. We seeing and existence little difference. We see self-existing. We see that, but it's not. There are no any self-existing. So that now, sometimes people think there is no nose, like hard sutta. There's no nose, there are no eyes, That's kind of. They think, oh yeah, nothing. No, nothing. That means we have nose, we can smell, we can eyes. We have eyes to see. If there are no eyes, how can we see? Really? We can see. With the nose, that's eye sees, yes. Why? That's, but which is seeing eye and which existing eye and which is not existing eye is different. Okay? Two different kind of eyes. Self-existing eyes, they are nothing. There are no eyes means there are no eyes of the self-existing eye. See? Relative eyes, yes. Dependent eyes, yes. So people thinking, oh, there's no eyes, no nose. No, everything is nothing, just like this. Wrong, see? So need to be relatively existing, but they are not self-existing. We think it's self-existing because of the attachment, and everything is the objective way we are. Everything is. That this is like a self-existing. No, we couldn't see the reflection of like this, you know. If we can't see the reflection of the, like a food, can we eat that or not? Reflection of food. So this. The things are reflection means things are not function is like a reflection. It's not seen like that. Function has yes, you can eat food. Reflection, huh? Function yes, has it. There is no eyes means no self-existent eyes, but real which we have function to see, you know. See good red color or blue or what color is the different ways by eyes, yes. The function has it, but this is a relative eyes, yes. So all those I mean think about, you know. So we need the understanding of the impotence. Then understanding of impotence is called wisdom. Realization of impotence is wisdom. Wisdom make destroy all those negativities. So that's all I think. So today is that's I think. So more important I think is try to make really is this lifetime try to make a result for in the future. Try to make it. It's very important things, I think. See, the karma is very important. You know, we are in the samsara, you know, keeping in the samsara by karma and delusions. Delusions is like make karma. You see. Karma's result is then good or bad karma. So in the samsara, karma is not always good karma, bad karma. Karma is two different kind of result of good karma or bad karma. Good karma's result comes in the samsara. Result of that comes in samsara. We are happy. The example, we are human beings alive here. And also we have the good food, everything enjoy, everything we have. Those are we made good karma. Period lifetime, we made it. So result of that we are having now here. The bad karma's result also we having. Sometimes, you know, suffering by sickness, suffering by anything, is, you know, all those are a result of bad karma. So I think it's, sometimes people think, oh, he or she good practicing, but they have more problems. They think why? Because they have this lifetime good practice, The result of that comes later. More problems come this lifetime. That is a pivot. Karma's result comes here. This lifetime is good, everything here will keep good. That's the result that comes later in the future lifetime. So there is no contradiction. Sometimes people think, oh, good karma's result of happiness. But he or she very good practitioner, goodness, but they have lots of problems. Why? They doubt. Don't need doubt. Because this lifetime is good, everything is good. That's the result that comes later in the future life. But this lifetime, whatever we have received, difficult things, those are period before lifetimes made a bad karma. The result comes here. That's because result comes here is much better, because by practice, so comes to here is much more better than the result comes to the lower rounds. You see, that's kind of. So now much we can try to really is a good person, good person. Good person means no harm, no damage others, and good for the others. Try to make good for the others. So Buddha and all bodhisattvas, all the time good for the others. Even from the others, bad things happen or bad things lead to them, but from their side always, everything, good thoughts, good speech, good action, body's action, everything is good for others. That's what I did. So we repeat much as we can. Beginning difficult, but if you try we can do it. Just like a turtle, So very slow, but without stop. If you're going like this, one day just be there. Do you know the competition with the rabbit and the turtle? Do you know that? So? Okay, we need not like rabbit. Jump, few jumps and then sleep. And then the turtles goes all the time like this. You do like this. Try to continually, really best, much we can do. If cannot do now, right, but good wish for in the future, if we can do this kind of high level practice and everything, if we can do, that would be good. So good wish for them. So now that's all today. So I think I not explain it from here today. So we did a good action. We are together, include this morning, giving refugee vows and then teachings. The power of those or merit by those. Buddha's teaching, spiritual. Buddha's teaching a long time with the remainder with the beings. Person who hold teaching of the Buddha, like his own Dalai Lama and any other great masters, and also any other spiritual masters also, to have the long life. And also practitioners to have a good practice or result of practice, accomplishment practice without obstacles. We wish for that. And also we wish him for everything, bad things not happen in this country and in other countries, like disease, war, starvation, and those kind of will not happen in this world and in other worlds. Then we think about all sentient beings, everyone, to be free from delusions and illusions, and become a being Buddha, by which we did action of Dharma. We are together. shang chu sim chu ren bu je ma je ba na ma she ju je she ba wa nyam ba wa me ba wa dong hong ne gong do pe wa shu dong ni da wa ren bu je ma je ba na ma she ju je she ba wa nyam ba wa me ba wa dong hong ne gong do pe wa shu gang re ra vi gu vi xin ko ma der pen da wa de wa ma le zhong we ne she re se wa den zi zhao zu ye xia bei xin di ba du den ju ji sa ye bei jie shu xian me du zhang re re le ye ni de zhen bo de sang ji jing du me de bu ye ro kun nam da wa king lo she bar shu e da man gu ru re na man ra la ni ya da ya amen.